Marwan, are
Yes.
you there? Okay, so the screen is yours. Take it away. I know we've been meaning to have certain sets of conversations, but I think it's still valuable to do the broader discussion. And I'm hoping you will also be able to share some of those incredible textbooks that you just shared with me. So take it away, Marwan. You can share your screen if you want.
Okay.
And then before you start, please, everybody should introduce yourself. So just do a one-line intro.
Okay. Uh, are the screen it is clear?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. I am Marwan from Sudan. Sudan is the heart in Heart Africa in sub-Saharan region. I do this for science education. Me and with Park and Park um, in a travel, so we will not attend this. The title of the presentation is a Science and Innovation Clubs. Um, the Nature Diary is school open to nature. We have a teacher has a poet called School Open to the Street. Then I bring that from that great teacher. Sudan is the land of diversity, inequality, and revolution. In 2014, the case of education, there is a 3 million children out of school. 2022, there is a 6.9 million children out of school. So that without European and action, Sudan has a catastrophe.
Marwan, can you share the slides? If you put them in presentation mode, then you'll be able to move the slides. I think right now we're only seeing the slide number 1. So if you
Oh,
put just the icon all the way to the right bottom there.
here now, is it move?
No, we're still seeing the front screen.
Then
Oh, now we
I
can. Yeah, now it's on the second slide.
so it is better to be see like that. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. So we are in disaster state that we have almost more than 40% of our children out of school. And there is a many dropout phenomena, as I told, and this is directly related to socioeconomic group, urban, rural, and nomads. This picture show one child that has no knowledge of how to write, and even he tried to mimic, and this at the time of revolution in Al-Ghiyada city. And at the same time, there is a very low mean years of schooling. We just have 3.8 year of schooling as a total, as a mean year of schooling. And from every 3 students or pupils that enroll to basic school, only 1 can reach the higher secondary school. And at the same time, if we compare this with the poverty incidence, uh, the primary and never attend and Khalwa Quranic school has a very high incidence with the poverty. So if we lift people up to the ladder of education, then they have a better chance to be out of the poverty. So in a total, our system, it is a broken. And just like this book use the same proverbs that I described this system. It is the education system that has a pen broken. And the proverb called the pen that does not eradicate ignorance and shame. This proverb describe our trust of the people to the system. They feel that system, it is useless and it is a broken with his, it is a tools. So my problem, we have a detached education system that not relevant to our local need. We have a very severe quality of problem. You can see both these picture in school context. This nowhere it is a just school. It is a class on the right and class on the left. This is our situation in many areas. And also we have a severe equity problem regarding genders and regarding the socioeconomic group. In the picture on the left, this child, it is a working child, and he see his colleague in private school with this sad sight. So that our objective is how we can develop an inclusive, first of all, learning tool and environment that enhances the quality of education and especially give a science learning experience for children in a way that is connected to their local context. Then this label keyword is very important as objective: inclusive, learning tool and environment, quality of education, education of science, children, and local context. If we pick the parameter requirement parameter for inclusive education, we need to have a free access, because one of the main causes of dropout is the fees. And the second one, we need this system to be flexible in order to accommodate different education level, times, and even gender and other parameter of exclusion. And at the same time, we need to have supporting local language, because as mentioned before, Sudan is a land of diversity and a land of inequality. There is many operation because of languages. Why I need the local context? I need the local context to be the open lab, our open lab, using some pedagogy that enable or open this local context to be our open lab. Such as we need to have some sort of integrated STEM or even STEAM. We need to have the capability of writing and playing using the STEM methodology. We need to have citizen science, inquiry-based learning, expansive learning, and transformative agency. This is some sort of pedagogy that help to open context, local context to be open lab. Then our education will be about science, and with this frugal, I think this course opens this great chance. These frugal tools like Foldscope as a core, and Weather Station as a second, and Raspberry Pi for integration of computational thinking and the digital world of this 21st century. How we can do this? We can do this with the concept of science and innovation lab that open to nature and community, both to nature and community, and using these clubs in formal way and in formal way. In order to very quick make some use case how I use this in context, first of all, I pick a student can testing and study the quality of water. Because I pick water because water has many integrated science topic. They can make microscopic observation using foldscope, identifying biological problem in the water, and testing the quality of water of minerals, if there is a deficiency or extra, and they taught physics and chemistry very well. At the same time, for community, we need to lower rate of waterborne disease because they are in the top of our 10 most frequent disease, and access to safe drinking water because it is fundamental human right. The second use case, we can use any local health problem. And because I am from Sudan, eradication of malaria is in the top because malaria is one of the top leading cause of disease mortality in Sudan. For learning purpose, we can understand disease transmission through parasite vectors, disease diagnosis, the life cycle related to environmental and water and something like that. For community, we reduce the one of economic and health burden problem. The very important use case that open student to the nature is to record and observe their the full life cycle of local crops. The picture on the right, it is the groundnut in even in my family land, and on the left side, the cycle itself. But the cycle of any crops it teach a student starting from classification and taxonomy science down to the whole life cycle of crops and plants, and this is very important. And the last use case is how to identify and observe and study pests in economic crops. And again, in all Horn Africa and in whole sub-Saharan Africa, desert locust is the most important and dangerous migratory pests. And it is life cycle. It gives you an open lab to all the environment, starting from the egg stage to how they eat the crops, how they travel across even the continent, and how there is an observatory program across countries and continents. For learning goal, identification and observation and problem solving, and for community goal to increase agricultural yield. This is a very important. This is the way forward from this project. First of all, we need to establish local project team, and this presentation and the work and many meetings done by that team and by Park. I thanks all of them. And the second one, we need to complete low-level detailed design, because I think although the course opens this great potential chances, but we are not finished very detailed design of the project. And we need also to map stakeholders, different stakeholders, starting from the Ministry of Education, local context, and something like that. And we need to develop evolutionary and in agile style prototype. The picture in the right is it is a very important picture at the time of our revolt and revolution, the headquarters of defense area, and it told by Arabic and English, we are not need be quiet, we are in nation building progress and nation building stage. So this is a very I passionate with this project very well. The last one before I come to the question, I think about science club in community and in school, formal way in school, informal way in the community, because I need to open the science to the community. And this can be in many settings. It can be in a school, it can be in youth club, it can be in a small library in neighborhood, and it can be in hosting parent home. I try to depict that in picture, but I can't find that picture. But at last, I need your important feedback about where can I start, how can I set this project, and what modality and area can I start. This is it.
Marwan, we'll open to questions, comments. If you unshare your slide deck, then
Okay.
we can see each other. And then again, this is true just for anybody online itself. If folks want to just comment in threads. I think one thread that Marwan hadn't mentioned is for the last couple of years, there has been, I think Marwan, you might want to mention a word about the last meeting, the international meeting that was held.
Yeah, I think for this course, there is a very important avenue of research. It is called International Conference of Appropriate Technology. And just the last one held in Khartoum in November 2022. This conference, it cover all the appropriate technology area from health, information, water, agriculture, energy, and knowledge management and innovation.
Yeah,
I
and
encourage you to be a keynote speaker on that.
And then when
platform.
is the next meeting, Marwan? Is that 2023?
2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, ideas? So I guess, Marwan, just going back to our discussion on the identification of stakeholders and the two entities we were talking about, are there a category of schools that you can identify that you have access to as a test pilot, for example? Because I love the 4 pillars of they're very specific, very clean questions. They have a lot of already a ton of pedagogy that we have built in the past using just Foldscopes themselves, but also a broader group of tools like cell phones. But I'm curious, is there I know we had talked about one of your hometowns and then Khartoum. Is that obvious to you? If I was to say, let's select 5 schools and sort of a 6-month program with say 100 kids in every school, what the locations of those would be and how would you choose those?
I think first of all, I choose my home because I have a very high network in that area. And even when I am just in the first year class in the university, I teach science in that school and I go to similar experience of these courses. The second area may be the peripheral area in Khartoum itself, because there is many dwellers in Khartoum in very marginalized area, and I need this project to tackle this inclusiveness area. And mm, the first one, it is not just because it is my town, but also it is a one of the high inequality state in the Sudan. After this prototype, I can go to Darfur and the East Sudan and other area of conflict, and it need to have intervention very well.
And is there a stakeholder there, at least in the conflict reasons? Is there a school or an?
Yeah. We have coordination with the network of NGO, and we have just have a couple of seminar series with them, and even we discuss how violence destroy the education. One of very important seminar, and at that time, even our previous Minister of Education, we bring the previous Minister of Education to this seminar. So I have network in the conflict area, both in Nuba Mountain and in Darfur.
Okay, I think I know we are almost out of time. Any other last minute questions? Okay, so I guess what we're going to do just for all the teams is both, I think this week, it doesn't really matter where you are, if you've done your presentations or not. Let's spend some time and we'll kind of chart out one-on-one next steps. And then again, it brings me a lot of joy to now see where we are. I can actually see very clear action items for all of you. And it was interesting that today we ended up covering all the key pillars of the class in the choice all the way: health, environment, education. So we're going to continue this and see you guys on Thursday. And I think today we